battle, I'm lethal. Just say hello, you ain't equal. Shut down.
What up, everybody? Charlie B back in the building. Welcome to Bizarreville, where everybody is welcome. We gonna get into the show today. Was it bad? No, not for me. For Tim, yes. Because, it was bad. But anyway, let's get into the show. You know I don't waste your time.
Already, and we have one side remaining, and I'm super excited to get this last side done and get the old tin ripped off. As y'all know from previous videos, if you watched the previous videos, if you haven't, you need to go back and catch up on those previous videos. But this mobile home is 2008.
Tim, you used to keep saying, tongue-tied, that it was a 2008. Now it's 2008, I believe. No, what is it? What is it? Because I love to see the paperwork saying that's a 2008 because it looked like it's probably like a 2000, 2005 or something. It looked like it's at least 20 years old, bro.
I believe single wide mobile home, and we purchased this mobile home probably about 3 years ago, somewhere in that area, debt free, and we've been going through this process of completely renovating this entire home. We've completely renovated the inside. We still have a few things here and there. We still have our master bathroom to renovate, and we have some little things here and there, but for the most part, we've completely renovated the inside.
Okay, how can you still say you have a full bathroom to do and you got other things to do, but we didn't completely renovated this thing? What? No. Dude, you don't even know what the word completely means? Come on. Okay, if you tell your kids, go complete your homework, and they come down, like let's say they got 5 math problems up here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. They done them all but the bottom. You gonna be like, okay, I'm good with this, baby. It's complete. Take this to school. No, it's not. You love my breakdowns, don't you? I make you sound like you this big, like you a little kid. Let's get it. Let's go, man.
And so the Lord kind of put it on our heart that it was time to get the outside up to the standard of the inside. And we wanted to completely transform the outside of this mobile home because our goal is to...
No jokey joke right here, so y'all get it. This is how he plays y'all. The Lord put it on our heart to do this with Emma. Okay, did the Lord put it on your heart to have people out there? That's what you said before. Did the Lord put it on your heart to feed millions of people? That's what you said before. Did the Lord put it on your heart for y'all to have vegetables and crops and be homesteading and just not worry about nothing? That's what you said before. Did the Lord tell you that you had to close the gates and not let nobody out? Did the Lord put that on your heart? Okay, did the Lord put on your heart to treat your family the way you do allegedly? Did the Lord put on your heart to tell Megan to cut your family off? Did the Lord put on your heart that you needed tractors and a zero turn before Megan needed a car? Did the Lord put on your heart that you can cut off your mama? Did the Lord tell you to cut off Grandma Lily? Okay, he put that on your heart too. Okay, did the Lord put on your heart to make the boys buy everything they have? Did the Lord put on your heart to make the boys buy you and Megan stuff after you paid them for working on a farm that you own that Tim Jr. helped you buy? Let's go.
Build a full length deck on the front. Amazing, epic deck. the best deck, the best front porch that you've ever seen on a mobile home. We have some amazing ideas.
You see how this brother backpedals? We gonna build a deck, best deck, most amazing deck you ever seen on a mobile home. I'm Charlie D, baby. Jump back. Remember that's the first time you said that statement? Because you keep rehearsing and playing the same stuff. Yeah, this is gonna be the biggest, baddest deck you ever seen on a mobile home. Hey, on any home. Any home. Do y'all remember that? I know y'all do. So I ain't even gonna ask no more. Let's go. Whole show alleged.
Amazing light designs and things like that. So we can't wait for y'all to see those things. But first, the Lord has put it on our heart, and actually my wife's heart. And she, requested that I replace the siding on our mobile home.
So like I said, I don't watch these videos. I don't. I watch the ones my brother be like, check this out and see what you think. Right? Now, let's jump back. My brother made a statement that Megan has no say. He made all this up allegedly, just so it looks like Megan does have some say. Because my brother played me a video from way back when Tim was talking about doing the same thing before Megan jumped a little bit ahead of that. He was talking about, oh, Megan was rubbing my back and she tricked me and she got me to do the barn. And she looked at the barn and said, the barn was so beautiful. Why don't we just do the house, babe? And all this stuff. Do you remember all this? When they were sitting out there and they were talking about watermelons and things. Do you remember this? That's the first time they said, oh, we're going to Disneyland. And the little boy was like, we're going for 6 days, right? Okay. With that being said, did this man just lie to you? Knowing that in videos, maybe a year before all this, he said a statement of, I'm thinking about just taking all the siding off and redoing the whole thing. Yes or no, Peanut Gang? So when he comes back, after my brother makes statements about how he's watching us and things like that, and then he says he's not watching us, but then he makes just blatant statements on everything Peanut Gang says, on everything my brother says, but he doesn't watch us, right? But he tries to fix everything that Peanut Gang says and everything that my brother says. So where is he getting this? Oh, like my brother says, he talks to God every day. God must tell him it's coming. Brother, be back in a minute. Let's proceed with the show. How does he do it? Let's proceed.
And so I'm going through this process of replacing all of the siding on our mobile home, and I'm doing it as a one-man job. But I like to say that I'm not really a one-man job because I have Jesus, I have the Holy Spirit, I have the Father, I have a mighty legion of angels. Do y'all see them? Do y'all see all those angels that are praying over my ladders and praying over the equipment and, just making sure, praying over me because I don't have enough sense to know when I get too tired and get too hot.
No, because we technically don't think you've ever been overworked, tired, or really... From what you say about walking in that pond, you just sweat anyway. So why should we think you know what being hot and tired and all this stuff is? No, we don't think that. Because you don't work enough to do that. All right? Now, let me just tell you as a man that does this work, and I know, jump back, when you try to throw me under the bus and say, I ain't been doing this for 30 years. My bad, my daddy knew what he was doing and taught me. And I stuck with him. Unlike you, who ran away from your daddy. But we're going to get into that because he's about to lie about this. Because Peanut Gang and Charlie B just said some things and he about to try to go back on everything. Well, guess where I got to go to bust you down and break you down in this video? And I'm going to use it. Vault you, baby. And I ain't even labeling this the vault. I'm just gonna take a little. Ow! Couple little hairs out the vault to let everybody know you're a habitual liar. Let's go.
Stop. And so we have a mighty army out here working with me, but you may only physically see me. But there's a mighty army working on renovating and restoring this mobile home that we have given the name Emma, E-M-M-A. And that name Emma stands for establishing more and more abundantly.
Okay, now nobody's coming here, I don't think. If y'all have, come back because Charlie B done forgot. Okay, but allegedly, nobody's coming here and broke down this part about him calling it Emma. I have a real big problem with that. You can call your stuff whatever you want, but you're idol worshiping, and the whole point is establishing more abundant. Okay, listen. Yes or no? Did he name his mobile home basically after money? Because we all know that's what Tim thinks abundance is with the Lord. Money, right? No. But that's what Tim thinks it is. So, he named his house after money, a pastor. Establishing more and more abundance. So now, jump back. He just told y'all, since this is the name of my home, I gotta spend money to make it look good. God put it on our heart. Y'all see what's going on here? Are y'all catching it when Charlie B put it that way? He named his crib after bread, establishing more and more abundance. That's your house name. You know what this house was called? Crib house. All right. I'm not sitting up here naming this. Let's talk about Tim. This is my chill room, bro. This is not, how can I put this? Abundance to me. All the stuff on the walls and stuff, even though I don't know where all this stuff came from, all that Paramount stuff, I appreciate it and I love it to death and I'm thankful for it. But do I feel like that put more abundance into my house, into my heart, into my life? No, it was a good gesture, right? You don't understand the difference, bro. And my whole point is this. Meg, you got with Megan, and she thought you were her everything. And she gave you a good gesture by believing in you and giving you all her money, right? That's not abundance. That's you being a thief. And that's her trusting in her husband like the book told her she should. And you just scammed her. And now she has nowhere to go. Boys have nowhere to go. She has no family. Shoot, at this time you lost your mom. You ain't got no family. So all y'all have is each other at this point. Boom. That's why Megan feels like she can't go nowhere. She can't run. Okay, I know everybody be like, well, they probably don't have no prenup or something like that. She will get half for everything. Because she leaves them boys and everything is in Tim's name. The bank accounts and all this, right? And she has nowhere to go, right? Do you know how much the struggle is going to be on her until the courts decide what she can have and what she can't and how the courts work? Believe me, I know. Tim could drag this out for years to the point where she would have to give him the boys back because she couldn't afford it. Bim, 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 bim. Yes or no? The one with the money basically makes the decisions. You feel me? Makes the decisions. He go in court and tell her she ain't got nothing. I got this much money. I got farm. I got this. She decided to leave. My boys is doing bad with her because she ain't got nothing. Where the kids going? You feel me? Now, it might be for a time being while, they work all this stuff out. But maybe for what, 6 months to maybe 2 years, if Tim want to drag this out, she will be without her boys. Have y'all thought about that one? Because what is she going to have if she leave that farm? I don't even know where she's going to go. I don't. Unless, Megan, you are smart enough that if you do want to leave, you're his wife. Right? We all know Tim needs his rest, right? Tell Tim you taking the boys to the library, put them in the rooster, go to the bank. Don't hurt yourself. Take half of everything that's in there out. You just made your own divorce law. What can he sue you for? And you got your boys and everything like that. It's 50-50. Y'all have no prenup. Go to court. What are you going to say? I want my money back. They're going to tell him, Mr. Sales, she could have took all the money. You were lucky. Financial literacy at its best. Let's eat.
And that's what our family has been doing. We come from, we spent a decade as a married couple, and later on as a family, we began having kids, and we spent that first decade of our marriage and of our family in the city, and we were missionaries in our city, and we were walking and praying around neighborhoods, going from church to church, like training up disciples, training up missionaries. Churches would bring us in to speak to their evangelistic groups and things like that. and we would train them up and get them, going on how to engage in spiritual warfare in the neighborhoods around the church. And we did that for 10 years, and I was a full-time pastor for probably about 6 of those years. Like I said, I had my own business working with my dad, and we did tractor work for, a lot of those years. But
who is the man? Take a whoop on his head like no other man. Charlie B, can you dig it? I'm about to prove to you he just straight out, flat out lied. Whoop your head, boy. I'm about to whoop on your head. I'm about to whoop on your head. You are a habitual liar, son. Listen, bro. This is a reaction channel, like I said last night. Don't say it if you don't want it out here. Little one. All right, now you want me to prove he ain't worked with his daddy all that time? You want me to prove that he didn't own no business with his daddy? You want me to prove that all this is a habitual lie? You ready? Let's start out with him working for his daddy up under the table. How can you own a business and work up under the table?
And after I got all those things done, the very next day I was at work. My dad actually had a business. He had a business where he did tractor work, bush hogging with the tractor, mowing tall grass with the tractor, just doing all type of tractor work, like grading, dirt work, foundations and things like that. And I ended up working for my dad. I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making probably below minimum wage because my dad, to credit him, he had the business set up to where it was extremely successful for him as an individual. But his business wasn't set up good enough to where he could hire employees. It wasn't organized enough for all that. But that's not his fault. I feel like it was my job to come in and help him organize it to get it to the point to where we could turn it into a franchise.
Right there, he lied to everybody. Subscribers, BTM, whatever y'all want to call yourself. He did not own no business with his daddy. I was paid below minimum wage. What does that mean? He was paying you up under the table, son. So you ain't on nothing with your daddy. And then jump. Y'all all be like, oh, why did Tim just stay and work with his pop and everything? Because just like the man he is, he wanted to dictate to his daddy. I was the one that's going to bring it in and break it out live and make it so people can branch off from us. Your daddy ain't want to hear all that. Old school. This is my land. I'm going to run this. Allegedly. Let's proceed. I got more.
Things it's like my sisters. they say, I'm gonna get hired with tattoos because I had tattoos on my face and a couple tattoos on my hand, things like that, coming from prison, just doing stupid stuff. And they say, I'm gonna get hired with tattoos, and so they took makeup and put it on my face over my tattoos and put makeup on my hands and things. So that
now y'all been coming in here like, Charlie B, how many sisters he got? How much family he got? How much this he got? Well, the truth. There they are. But we're not here for that. Okay? Let's get to the point where he's still gonna stick his foot in the mouth. Next.
Ministry and business are a lot similar. You know what I'm saying? Like the goal with everything functions the same, but the goal with ministry is just not money. Like it's not profit. Like at least it's not physical profit. It's not like.
What has he been doing out there? What has he been proclaiming he is doing? Ministry, right? What has he been receiving? Nothing but profit. This man don't care. He don't care. Whole show legend.
A monetary thing. It's not little green pieces of paper. In other words, the goal with ministry, the profit with ministry is people. You know what I'm saying? People.
You just hurt yourself right there. What did my show say last night? It's all about the what? Cardi B. Money. All right. Now, I always laugh when I do that. I can't hold it. But, okay. It's not about the dollar bill, y'all. Did he just say that? Did he just say that? It's about people. You cut all the people off from coming to your farm, but you still receiving the dollar bill. God is whooping on your head. You don't even understand. You telling on yourself right now. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Whoop that head, boy.
People being saved, people being delivered, people being transformed. And so, yeah, we ended up.
Charlie be on one. Okay. Okay, you worried about people being saved, people being transformed. Transformed into what? Because anything you say that God has told you to do out there on that farm, you have not done, sir. God told you to let people in and stuff. You lock the gates. God told you to feed people. You can't. You eat it all. Okay. God told you. You just go against God every time. You come on here and say, God told us to do this. And either you try to do it and don't finish it, or it takes you 3 years. Right? I don't know about you, but if God told me to do something, I'd be like, Noah, bruh. Hey, no sleep, let's work. I can't. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy, but if God came to me allegedly like he came to Noah and said, you need to build this boat, or it's a wrap. Ain't no sleep for you, bro. I'll be falling asleep like this with a hammer in my hand and 2 nails in my mouth like, baby, you okay? Thanks for waking me up. God told me to get this done, baby. You need to sleep. He didn't put that in there. That's what I do. Do y'all see where I'm going? He don't listen to the Lord. He don't listen to God. Because if God told me tomorrow, if I had a feeling, because I don't talk to God like he says he does. But if it was weighing on me and I felt like everything going bad right now, basically God's putting it on my heart to stop this YouTube mess, I don't even think I'd come on here and say goodbye. That's how much you're supposed to be with the Lord, Tim. When God tells you stop doing something, you ain't got to tell nobody what. Nothing. Nope. You just stop. Think about that one. Let's proceed.
Because of my past. So I went and I started my own businesses. And the first thing that I did was barbering. I got out of barber school, started cutting hair, worked for myself. I wasn't subject to anybody. Even if I worked at a barber shop, that I didn't own, I would pay booth rent. And I owned that booth. Like that was my booth. I didn't have to fill out an application, to own that booth. And so I cut hair for a while. And the next thing I did, I think, was I started cutting grass. I just had like a push mower. And I started a lawn mowing business. I did that for a few years. It was successful, and then after I mowed grass for a few years, what did I do next? I ended up starting my own business, doing tractor work myself, kind of branched off from my dad.
Okay, jump back. He just told he owned a business with his daddy for 4 years. We just proved that wasn't possible. You don't own no business and getting paid up under the table because your daddy couldn't afford to hire no employees and you was making less than minimum wage. Okay, jump back to, you want to say you were still working with your dad for the next 2 years after that? That has to be, you're lying somewhere because of right here. When would your daddy be doing all that bush hogging work and everything y'all was doing during the day? When was you taking I started business with a push mower and I was successful during the day? So you wasn't helping your daddy then, right? All right. Then when are barbershops open? During the day. So when did you have all this time, Mr. Man, to still work for your daddy, be a barber, and cut all this grass? I'm not saying you didn't cut the grass and stuff, but what I'm saying is there's only 24 hours in the day, sir. There's only in the summer, what? How many hours of light, bruh? So you want to tell me that you work with your dad all day, bush hogging and stuff, then you went and cut all your yards, and then you went and cut grass. Are you Flash? Like, you would have to be. So you're lying somewhere. Yes or no, Peanut Gang? Yes or no? And he just proved you can't do all this. And he was prayer walking. And he was preaching at the church. And he was doing all this other stuff, right? So at best, I can say you left your daddy at 2 years and you didn't own none of that business. What do y'all think? Back to his show today. Whole show later.
After a few years of doing ministry, kind of like, on the side, the Lord called me into full-time ministry and my family into full-time ministry. And so I was a full-time pastor, we were full-time ministering, and we did that for a whole decade. But after that decade, after those 10 years was up, the Lord spoke to us and he said, well done, my good and faithful servants. You've been faithful over few, now I'm going to make you ruler over many.
Tim, this is what I don't understand with you. You had a timeline. 10 years, God told you that's enough. I know pastors that have preached on dialysis, son. Shouldn't that have been enough? But no, not in their heart. But in your heart, we done gave enough to these Negroes. It's time for me. Well, Tim, why you say that? You don't know, girl, but we got about $100,000 in the bank. What, Tim? Let's leave these Negroes like you said. You know, I'm agree with you. Yes or no? Allegedly. Come on, y'all. What is going on here? God told him he only had to serve as a pastor basically for 10 years. That's what he's trying to tell y'all. Now he's trying to tell y'all, thank y'all for sending me all this money for being a pastor more than 10 years ago, but I'm reaping all the benefits still because I did my thing. And y'all going with this? BTM and subscribers, y'all going with this? When have you ever heard a pastor tell you he's been putting his time with the church and with the Lord? And it's time for him to reap abundance. And basically, I'm going to pass the plate to y'all today because my mobile home need a new roof. Is this stupid? Is this the dumbest and weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life? Let's proceed. Let's get it. Let's go, man.
So, yeah, we're going through this process of establishing more and more, establishing the many, you know, that the Lord has blessed us with. He's anointed our hands, you know, because we leave a scripture at the beginning of every video that from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28, and it says, let him who stole me steal no more, but rather let him work with his hands so he can have something to give to those who have need. And I'm a former thief. I spent 6 years, 8 months in prison. I went to prison when I was 16, 17 years old, got out of prison when I was 23, 24 years old, somewhere in that range. And so the Lord is really just blessing these hands to be able to provide increase, not only for my family, abundance for my family, but more and more abundance to where our cup not only can be full, but our cup can overflow. And we're not.
This is y'all man of God. This is y'all's man of God. And he gonna sit up here and say, so our cup can be full. 10 minutes. That cup runneth over. You don't even know that, right? It runs over. Not to just get the cup full and then we gonna ball it out of control. No, it's runneth over. And I'm not no man of God. And everybody will tell you that. Charlie D admit to you. I got a lot to work on. But I know it's cup runneth over, not cup be full. This man, oh my Lord. Y'all want me to start preaching, send me y'all money? Nope, because I ain't that dumb. I'm not busting hell wide open like this, brother, allegedly.
Going and getting another one of our cups and just hoarding it all, but we're spreading it out. And anyone...
Yeah, Tim, we know you ain't keeping it. You just spreading it out between all them bank accounts you got. Allegedly.
Who's willing to come, anyone who's in the vicinity, anyone that we're connected to, y'all are seeing it now. Like literally, y'all are being encouraged. Like this is a ministry. What y'all are watching on these videos, I know that it's working and working on mobile home, but
this is my whole point. I think allegedly God whooping in your head, and I think God is blessing me because didn't I just say yesterday that this brother thought that YouTube was his ministry? Did I just call that last night? This brother, he don't need no church. He don't need nothing. He gonna preach to y'all about how much money they got and how much this costs and how much that costs, and how Megan ain't got nothing, how the boys ain't got nothing, and I'm timid. Yes or no? It's all about money, yo. Whole show legend.
this is just a physical example of spiritual things. We came in and we made sure that the beauty of this mobile home was from the inside out, not from the outside in, you know, because that's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to be beautiful on the inside. He wants us to be established on the inside and then the outside. And a lot of times in this world, we try to make the outside look all good put makeup on it and make it look good, make it smell good. But in the inside, like the Bible says, it's full of dead men's bones. Is a whitewashed tomb. And a whitewashed tomb is a casket. For real. Looks good on the outside, but it's full of a dead body on the inside. So
okay, y'all, that's it for me today. For this reason right here. The rest of it ain't nothing but Megan boosting him up and him missing studs again and not having nothing to nail to. But I'm going to tell you this about what he just said. Was he talking to his wife? Was he basically talking to us about his wife, allegedly? It's on the inside. And I got a show that can... I know where to go. I think I know where to go get it. Excuse me. I think I know where to go get the show where he talking about I ain't worried about beauty. You shouldn't be worried about beauty and all this. Is he basically doubling down on us saying that Megan needs to take better care of herself? Beauty's on the inside. I don't care what she look like on the outside. She could be horrible to y'all. If her beauty on the inside, which is giving me everything I want, is still there, I don't care what she look like allegedly. That's beauty to me. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. Right? Sign here, cause you ain't got no more money really. Sign here, cause I got the money and I got the bank account. Sign here, they still gonna give it to us. Yes or no? You're just co-signing for me. And even though you don't have a job right now, your credit level, like you done told everybody in your financial literacy class and everything, that I save up, buy my own money for cars, cash, and blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. I paid off my student loans and everything, boom, boom, boom. Your credit, right? Right? So that's all you need to sign. And let's just be honest, you do have a job. Because who knows how much on these taxes Tim is saying you're making a year, just so you can sign off on everything you need. I own a business too, bro. I know how this works. I don't do that. Miss B ain't under there. Miss B, put it this way. If Miss B need anything or she want anything, she got enough money to go buy it. But if she need anything or want anything from Charlie Bizzle, it's ball. Now, my whole thing is this. Megan's not in that situation because she doesn't have her own money, sir. I don't take my baby's money. No. We have a joint account, which most of my money's in and most of her money's in. But we still have an account where, I ain't gonna tell y'all, but we still got a certain amount in each of our accounts where we can do whatever we want to with it, up to like $250. Then after that $250, even though it's in our account as a family and as we don't want to overextend anything, baby, I'm thinking about buying something that's $600. I tell her what it is, and she be like, "Is that really feasible right now?" I be like, "You right. I don't buy it." Right? So it's certain things like that, even though it is money, there's still things that you have to address. You feel what I'm saying? Because I would never be with a woman and she didn't have her own money. I don't want no woman to feel like she got to call me to get anything. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. When I say anything, I mean like at the mall. I don't mean at the dealership. Don't do that because everybody knows I don't buy my cars from dealerships. They whoop your head. I don't do that. I pay half price for everything in my driveway. So my whole point is this. The whole show today I did was probably about, he's wasting y'all's time, bro. I probably think this was about 10 minutes, 18 minutes of his show that he condemned his whole self for the day with Charlie B. Because I don't waste your time. You feel me? So let's get it, let's go, man. I hope I did my thing today and prove to y'all that this brother lies about everything. Jump back. In case, I don't want y'all to forget nothing. Did he own a business with his father when he got out of jail? No. He just said his daddy owned the business. Right? Charlie B, I love y'all. Y'all be easy.